Jalen has put together his end-of-year superlatives. Forget about the awards from last night. Jalen has the awards that really matter. And let's start with this one. Who wins the Load Management Championship Award?
That goes to Kawhi Leonard, who missed over 20 games this year, and his team held down the fort without him. How about this? He was 98th in the regular season in minutes. Playoffs, he was first, David Jacoby.
And David, let me ask you this, because sitting in that seat where you are right now, Adam Silver said to me, don't compare Kawhi, because he was coming off the injury, to the concept of resting. Because that's my big concern here, is that all of a sudden the NBA stars will look at this and they're going to sit out 20 games a year.
That is how this is going to work. And Jalen, I know you do not like resting healthy players. And you always say, well, Kawhi was coming back from injury, which is what Adam Silver said. Okay, let's check in a year from now. Let's check in a year from now and see how many games Kawhi Leonard played, because he's going to be healthy next year. And we'll check in, and somebody tells me he'll be right around 80th in minutes. And then in the playoffs, he'll be right around first in minutes.
And is this going to be the trend in the future? That really is the question.
I hate to say it, yes.
Thank you.
That's why I'm bringing it up. I hate resting healthy players. It's just not good for the game. It's not good for the fans. But we live in an era now where players are smart enough to know to play the longevity game.
Yes, so then the discussion is going to have to be about shortening the season. But we'll do that another time. Let's get back to the next superlative. Jalen, the Head of House to Homewrecker Award.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's Kyrie Irving. You return to a team that made it to the conference finals without you. You bring Gordon Hayward with you, and y'all get eliminated earlier in the playoffs. How about earlier in the year, he talked about staying with the Boston Celtics. And then before you know it, he fell out with Danny Ainge, fell out with Brad Stevens, complained about the young players not knowing what it took to win. Already bought a new crib in New York, by the way.
Did he?
Yes.
On which side of the Hudson River? Or the East River, excuse me.
Well, I don't want to tell people where he lives.
Okay, no, I got you. I guess my question is it in Brooklyn? Here's the thing. He was in Cleveland, where he was Robin to LeBron's Batman, and they won a championship. He wasn't happy. He goes to Boston. They try and give him the keys to what looked like a really good, fast-driving car. Made the conference final a year ago. Not happy. What is going to make him happy?
I don't know. You know, if again, like we talk about Brooklyn and him going to Brooklyn, if I'm going to say something right now that will probably not get me invited back. If I'm Sean Marks, I might rather have D'Angelo Russell than Kyrie Irving. I know Kyrie Irving is a much better basketball player, but this track record that you just mentioned, it went bad the last 2 times he switched teams. Well, not switched teams, but was on a team. And then we're going to do it again? And I'm gonna lock him in for hundreds of millions of dollars for years and years? What if it goes like this again?
I love what I saw from Vucevic, Middleton, and also D'Angelo Russell this year becoming first-time All-Stars. But their challenge is to be perennial All-Stars. Kyrie Irving has done that. He is All-NBA. And I know you're talking about the personality thing.
Chemistry, leadership.
But don't get it twisted. There's a different level to Kyrie Irving's game than D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, obviously. I mean, I'm not comparing them as basketball players. I'm comparing
D'Angelo
the
Russell
decision.
was at one time the second pick in the draft. I mean, there are people who think he is a great player and can be a great player.
Markelle Fultz was the #1 pick in the draft.
Let's not have that conversation. Next award. The JV Hoping to Make Varsity Award goes to...
the JV Hoping to Make Varsity when you're the B team in your own market. That's the Clippers and the Nets. They both outplayed expectations this year, no doubt about it. But now they're going to have them going into next year. They won't be sneaking up on anybody. But I love what the Nets did in building their team. Karis LeVert was on track to be an all-star. He gets injured. They paid Dinwiddie, and rightfully so. And then all of a sudden, D'Angelo Russell emerges during the year and has an all-star year. And what about the Clippers?
Yeah.
Lou Williams is 6th man of the year. Montrezl Harrell, I love his game as a vet. And obviously, Doc Rivers did a terrific job of coaching.
You think Kawhi is going to go to the Clippers?
There's something about Kawhi Leonard with the smartest thing I can say about that question is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this guy. Like I can see him be like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the Magic. And it's just like, huh? You know, like I just don't really know what he's going to do. But like one thing is the Clippers have is they've got a very solid front office and they've got a very solid head coach.
All right.
They do, but so do the Raptors. That's how they just won the championship.
My prediction, he signs the 1-1 in Toronto and still winds up with the Clippers a year or two down the road. Final award, Jalen, the Mike McDermott Memorial Award.
Pay that man his money! That's a reference from the movie Rounders.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Rounders?
I have. Masai Ujiri gets this award.
He's never seen Rounders. I promise. He just lied into a microphone. No, he does not know who's in that
Matt
movie.
Damon.
They just said in your ear. I heard it too.
Okay.
You are lying. You've never seen Rounders. But continue.
But I do research for superlatives. How about that?
So you admitted that you lied. Admit you lied.
I've never seen that either.
Admit you lied. Admit you lied and apologize to the people. Apologize to the people and admit you lied.
Well, I seen a YouTube clip.
Okay.
The Masai Ujiri took the ultimate gamble, Greeny, that most GMs never do. He traded for a guy in the final year of his contract, along with Danny Green, brought a championship pedigree to the locker room, and all of a sudden it paid out to the point where they won a championship. It led to Elton Brand doing the exact same thing in Philadelphia. This is now going to be a new NBA trend that Masai Ujiri is the spearhead.
Who else is in Rounders?
Just to be clear, because I don't know, who is Mike McDermott?
He's in Rounders.
He's Matt Damon's character.
Oh, he's the character in the movie.
Yes,
okay, I'm
yes.
sorry if I was the only one who didn't pick up on that in the beginning part of the conversation. Okay, so the gambler, he's got it. Those are Jalen superlatives.
Yes,
Forget about
indeed.
the awards they give out. Jalen gives out the ones that really matter.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.